July ata or August of 2023. Yes, Chairman Akop.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. May I know from the good attorney, what was the logic of that memorandum circular? Di ba dapat naka-state dyan sa circular ninyo? What's the rationale behind that?
If I may, Your Honor, based on 1.1 rationale, the rationale of the circular is to check whether to determine whether or not to conduct the fraud audit investigation in all the complaints and requests for fraud is warranted. Thank you, Your Honor.
Now, what is the basis of that memorandum circular? I would understand if it would come from the Commission on Elections. But what is the basis? There must be a basis of that memorandum circular.
Chair. Ay, sige.
Bakit pinipiit ng circular na yan na mag-conduct ng fraud audit yung COA itself for a certain period, from October up to May of 2025? Did I get it right? Yeah.
Nasaan yung resolution? Wala kasi dito. Your Honor, may we be allowed to furnish the copy of the COA resolution?
May you be allowed to be furnished? What's your...
To provide po the copy for your reference po. Because
Sa inyo po yan eh. Tinatanong nga namin kung ano po ang rationale behind that circular. Galing po sa inyo yan, para sa inyo yan. And yet, you do not know kung bakit ganyan?
Your Honor, if I may be allowed to read lang po. It was mentioned po, Section 6, 1 of Presidential Decree number 1445, the Commission proper has the authority to determine policies, promulgate rules and regulations, and prescribe standards governing the
Let me cut
performance.
you there, madam. I agree with that. You have that power. Pero, for every power, they should not exercise. There must be a rationale. Napalabas kayo ng circular, bakit? Yun ang po ang tinatanong namin. Bakit yung circular yung pinoprohibit nyo yung sarili ninyo na mag-conduct ng fraud audit from October to May. October of 2024 to May of 2025. Why?
Your Honor, it is a COA resolution po.
Yes, I agree, but lahat po yan ay may basis. What is the basis of that? Madam Attorney, tulungan mo. Dapat
Mr. Chair.
naiintindihan mo yan eh.
The indulgence of Kong Akop, is it not incorporated in the whereas clauses of the resolution?
Sorry po, but the file I downloaded po is incomplete po. That's why I'm requesting po to, if I would be
We
allowed.
say rationale, that is the reason behind the law, the reason behind the rules. And you ought to know, it is incumbent upon you to understand what pushed the issuance of that rules. That is the point of the Honorable Akop. Bakit kayo nag-issue ng ganyang rules? What is the reason behind, the rationale behind that rules?
Wala nang kasunod.
O nga. Eto nga, hawak-hawak na namin.
Mr. Chair, I think what we're trying to
what we're trying to solicit from COA, what are the circumstances which prompted, that made it as a basis, which prompted COA to adopt that memorandum?
Anyway, before we proceed, no? Before we proceed, let me acknowledge the presence of Mr. Antonio Alabata. Is he not present? Mr. Alabata?
Yes,
Yes,
yes, I am.
he is the authorized representative of People's Coalition Against Crime and Corruption,
Yes po.
the group that filed the case against, in the ombudsman against Mayor Ilagan.
Yes po.
Please, thank you for coming, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair. Paki-off na lang po. Oh. Sorry po. Ako ganito na lang po. Ganito kasi yung rasyonal doon sa mga wirases eh. And this MC was used by COA during the previous elections. The purpose of this MC is for the 2022 election. Tama? Diba? Kaya 2021 siya, diba? Memorandum Circular 2021-024. Tama, ma'am? Tama. Now, I think, Mr. Chairman, Chairman Akop, the representative of COA, question of the rationale, sabi ko nga, nandito naman yung sa rationales, but of course, the question of is, supposedly, it is the commissioner elections that will lay down all the provisions with regards to the forthcoming election. Diba? Hindi yung COA. Anyway, that matters will be discussed siguro doon sa higher-ups nyo. But next time, COA, just to remind you, next time, before you answer this query, please be reminded to pag-aralan nyo muna. No? Kasi, and I hope in the next hearing, ma'am, will you ask maybe your regional legal office to be present no, in the next hearing?
And Mr. Chair, if I may also add, Mr. Chair, I'd like to remind COA also not to show some hesitation. Okay? When this committee is directing you to conduct a special audit, do not give us that memorandum as a form of to show us that you're hesitant to obey the directive of this committee. It insults this committee. Okay? Just a reminder next time.
And in a way, Kong John, the information of all the members of this committee, and that includes the invited resource persons. Ma'am, kasi ma'am, alam ko po, now you cannot decide on it. The directive being directed to you, the directive being directed to you by this committee, you cannot decide because that is still the commission proper, di ba? Yung chairman pa rin. Yung sa amin dito, we direct you, then you inform. No, instead of reading the memorandum circulars, etc., and you cannot defend it. Diba? Attorney, diba? Pag-ano lang po, next time. Now, but of course, we need also your answer, but please, understand, ma'am, modestly aside, alam na po namin yung process, especially me. Kaya matagal na itong committee ko, and almost, not all, but most of the subject of the investigation of this committee, we directed COA to conduct a fraud audit. Pag may basis po, committing to. So just inform you, di ba? Okay? So, Chairman ako, we'll just, next time, ma'am, please inform your higher office para masamahan po kayo na, especially yung legal nyo. Tsaka yung sa fraud audit department. No? Okay? So, before we recognize Chairman Momo, so, Alawata, do you have something to say? Do you have a prepared opening remark or statement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please proceed. Mga ilang minutes yan.
Sandali lang po.
Sige, please proceed. Then I will recognize Chairman Akop with the Chairman Momo with the indulgence Chairman Momo.
Yes. Magandang umaga po.
Sandali po, Mr. Ribata, sorry to cut you. COMSEC is directed to administer the oath of Mr. Antonio Alameta.
Sir, please stand up and raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth for this committee? So help you God. Thank you.
Open. Sir, please proceed. Then we will acknowledge.
Thank you, sir.
Please proceed.
Yeah, ito pa yung aking opening remarks. Magandang umaga po sa atin lahat. Ako po si Antonio A. Alabata, Pilipino, miyembro at representative ng representante ng People's Coalition Against Crime and Corruption Group. Ako po ay nagpunta sa inyong komitiba ngayon umaga. Magang ito upang ipahayag ang aking kasong imsinampa sa Office of the Ombudsman laban sa mayor at vice mayor ng munisipalidad ng municipality ng Mataas na Kahoy, Batangas Province. Ang unang kaso po, gaabing isinampa ang paglamang ni Mayor Ilagan sa Batas Republic Act 3019, otherwise known as the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act, Republic Act 9184, otherwise known as the Government Procurement Act, grave misconduct at gross inexcusable negligence. Ang mga nasabing paglabag sa batas ay nag-ugat sa Commission on Audit Annual Report taon 2022. Nakasad dito ang sinabi ng COA Audit Team Leader ng aming proyekto sa lalim ng administrasyon ni Mayor Ilagan na hindi mga natapos. Umabot sa halagang 22,392,812.87 centavos. Halaga ng proyekto ang hindi nakitaan ng mga sapat na dokumento upang maisara ang pagtapos sa mga proyekto. Nakasad pa sa sinasabi na audit team na mga contractors ay nagsumite ng kanyang-kanyang request for extensions, ngunit ang mga natural request for extension ay nibigyan ng lampas na sa daktang mga oras. Ang pangalawang kaso naman po laban sa mayor at vice mayor ng Mataas na Kahoy ay katulad din na unang kaso na ang pinagbasihan ay ang audit report for calendar year 2023. Ito pa ay aming minalangkas at ginawang complaint at hindi hinihain sa Office of the Ombudsman. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you, Sir Antonio Alabata. Kindly wait na lang po mamaya po for your turn, no? If members of this committee will ask you questions. Now, let me recognize Chairman Akop. Chairman Momo. Chairman Momo, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will direct my question to COA, Mr. Chairman. Well, my question here will be based on the findings of COA for calendar year 2021 to 2023. One of these findings is the payment of wages below the minimum wage for 120 job orders in violation of labor laws. Ang tanong ko lang kung ano date nito, I mean, like to rephrase my question, ano ginagawa ko ng municipality of Mataas na Kahoy para makorek ito?
Mr. Chair, just a bit of information lang po. So I am the OIC Audit Team Leader assigned from June 16, 2022 to September 5, 2024 po. So now, hindi na po ako yung assigned. Although ito po is attributed nga po doon po sa audit finding na nakalagay po sa aming calendar year 2022 annual audit report. So per our validation po, as of December 31, 2023, the 315 pesos and 325 pesos daily rate po ng JO, embodied po sa annual budget po nila that it is increased po to 350 pesos po.
Pero this was committed already, no? Diba? Yung
Yes.
bayaran na ito, pero kulang ng bayad.
Based on our audit po, we noted that the daily wage rate po of the JO during 2022 were below po the prescribed daily wage rate po.
Correct. Ano ho ang ginagawa ng COA dito ninyo? Di ba after that, mayroon kayong findings. Ito ho ay memorandum audit observation po, di ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
And after hindi ito makomply ng agency of government, it will lapse into anong sunod nun after audit observation?
On our audit observation po, nag-issue po kami ng audit recommendations for the LGU to comply po.
Yeah. Na-comply ba ng LGU?
Based on our validation po, as of December 31, 2023, part po ng kanilang budget is to increase the job order daily wage rate po to 350 pesos, which is the prescribed daily wage rate po for calendar year 2022 po.
Pero kung nabayaran na yung 120 na nagkulang ang bayad, anong ginagawa?
Considering po, as per our verification po, the contracts po ng mga job orders is naka-indicate po doon na meron pong talagang daily wage rate na 315 and meron pong 325 pesos. So with respect po to with their contracts as acknowledged din po ng mga job orders, yun lang po talaga yung nabayaran po sa kanila considering na may contract po sila binding between the LGU and the job
Ibig
orders.
sabihin yung contract nila is not yung daily wage salary, yung wages nila on a daily wage basis is not in compliance in accordance with the minimum wage, di ba?
Below the minimum wage po as of during the audit po CY 2022.
Tungkol sa counted receipts and utilization ng COVID-19 vaccines, anong ginagawa din nila? Na-account ba? Na-account ba ito?
Based on our audit po during CY 2022, the receipt and the issuance and the distribution of the COVID-19 vaccines which were donated from DOH and City of Santo Tomas were not accounted po in the books. And as per our validation po as of December 31, 2023, considering the lack of information as to the cost of the vaccines, they were not able to account rin po yung COVID-19 vaccines na donated.
So hanggang ngayon walang compliance pa nito, no? Hindi pa rin nila na account hanggang ngayon.
Yes, for your honor. As to the cost po, but as to the quantity, they have provided us po information as to the quantity. But as to the cost of the COVID-19 vaccines donated, we were not able to receive any information po.
Yan lang, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman Momo. Next is
Gracias, Mr. Chair.
Chairman Dan Fernandez. Please
A
proceed.
while ago, kasi binanggit ni Ma'am De Castro ba yun? Ma'am De Castro, sabi mo kanina walang disallowance. Pero according to records na nakita namin sa website ng Commission on Audit, since 2020, meron na summary of total suspensions, disallowances, and charges, totaling to 1.022.001.80. So meron siyang
Yes, for your honor.
wait. Ba't sinabi mo kanina wala?
Ngayon, I did not say po na wala. Wala po kaming na-issue during calendar year 2023. Pero,
Wait. Aliwanag ng tanong kanina kaya ako nagulat eh. Kaya ang ginawa ko, nag-search kami dito sa website ng COA. Sinabi mo wala. Kaya medyo nawindang ako doon eh. Kasi I remember when I was reading this, may nakita ako eh. Now, it confirmed na meron talaga. And a while ago, you were saying na wala. Kaya nagulat kami dito, wala palang disallowance eh. Meron po lumalabas ngayon, meron pala. I would like to remind you na huwag tayong magsinungaling sa committee na to, no? Kasi gusto lang namin malaman kung ano yung mga nalaman namin na allegation that were all submitted to us. And even the COA findings from 2020 up to 2023, may kopya kami. Ang kapal nga eh. Oh? So nabasa ko yun eh. Kaya tapos kanina sinabi mo wala. Now, meron wala.
sorry for the confusion, your honor. Meron po.
Meron o wala?
Meron po, your honor.
O yun. So, meron. Kasi kanina sinabi mo wala eh. And at the same time, itong notice of disallowance nyo, ikukumpara mo doon sa mga discrepancy. May discrepancy kayo taon-taon na almost, ayan, may discrepancy kayo ng 49 million to, nag-accumulate kasi, di ba? So, tumataas yung discrepancy. So, bakit yung discrepancy nyo ang tataas samantalang yung notice of disallowance nyo is only 1 million? Why?
Mr. Chair, the noted discrepancies po were FS financial statements discrepancy, which based on our financial audit po, meron po kami na-note na mga discrepancies po sa property, plant, and equipment. But for information lang po, it is different po from the audit disallowances po na incorporated din po doon sa audit report.
O bakit siya magkakaiba? Bakit hindi mo saan mo siya papasok kung halimbawa nakita mo may discrepancy? Di ba? Di ba meron kayong tinatawag na notice of suspension? Di ba pwedeng isettle yon, di ba? O tapos notice of the disallowance. O tapos bakit hindi siya nag-reflect doon sa report niyo taon-taon? Actually, kung titingnan mo yung from 2020, ito lahat galing sa inyo sa website, galing sa website yan. Binabasa lang namin. So pumapatak dito, wala nagbago doon sa disallowances niyo. Pero yung accumulation, noong kanyang discrepancy, tumataas. O ba't bakit walang adjustment yung inyong notice of disallowances and doon sa notice of suspension doon sa report nyo sa website? Bakit?
Mr. Chair, the discrepancies po in the PPE were just based on our audit po, so na-note po namin na based on the physical count po ng LGU ng kanila pong property and equipment, and comparing po with the accounting records, meron pong discrepancies. But the discrepancies po ng PPE is not subjected po to audit disallowance.
And that's the reason why, Mr. Chairman, kailangan talaga natin dito ng special talagang fraud audit, no? Kasi may nakikita kami na hindi nagmamatch sa mga sinasabi ninyo eh. And kanina nagsisimula pa lang tayo, medyo nawindang na ako sa sinabi mo na walang disallowance, while when I was reading this days ago, nakita ko na meron. And then suddenly I found out na meron talaga. So we wanted to remind you, no? We want to remind everybody na wag po tayong magsinungaling, no? And if you are trying to hide something or to protect somebody, then sana po wag po. Pakiusap po, no? And we are in the same boat, no? We are in the same boat. Gusto lang po natin malaman yung kung meron pong talagang mga anomalya na nangyari po sa bayan na yun. Sige, Mr. Chairman, maraming po salamat.
In addition, Mr. Chairman,
Thank you. Yes, Chairman Mo.
in addition to Chairman Dan, di ba kung meron kayong disallowance automatic, motopropyo ba kayo ang nagpa-file ng kaso sa ombudsman or pino-furnish lang yung ombudsman?
Mr. Chair, as audit team is concerned po, hindi po kami yung nag-file po na case po sa ombudsman.
Pero nagpa-furnish kayo ng copy sa ombudsman?
No.
If si disallowance?
No po, Your Honor.
Sino?
Sino?
Ito, we're talking about the notice of disallowance, ha? O, sino?
So as the audit team po is concerned, meron po kaming quarterly reporting po na nilalagay po namin doon yung details po ng audit disallowances na issue. Yes po.
Say to the ombudsman kung may notice of disallowance.
The commission proper po, Your Honor, but not the audit team po.
Pero kompleto kayo yung process nyo.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Sigurado ka in this case.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Sigurado ka.
Yes po, Your Honor.
O, sige. Pero, kasi papadala namin ng sulat.
De Castro, baka
Baka mamaya pagalitan ka ng boss mo na hindi kayo napadala ng quarterly report pero hindi naka-reflect sa report nyo. Sigurado ka, ha?
As to additional information po, Your Honor. Yes.
Sagutin mo ang tanong ko. Are you sure that you have reported it? Reflect sa report nyo yung notice of disallowance?
As the audit team po is concerned po, naka-post annual audit report po.
Sigurado ka?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Sige. Kasi sulatan namin si Chairman Cordova. May notice of disallowance pala tapos wala kayong endorsement sa ombudsman. Kung hindi nag-file ng case Mr. Antonio Alamata, galang mga ombudsman. Kasi mandated kayo, di ba? Basta rin yung mandate.
Based on the procedures po ni COA.
Kaya that's your mandate. Tama?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Hindi ko sinasabi na galing sa inyo as the audit team. So that's the mandate of COA as a whole, di ba?
Yes, correct.
Oh, yun.
Sir,
Yes,
I noticed the
President Pierre.
guy sitting behind Attorney Cabello. You were trying to, are you coaching Attorney Cabello? Would you like to sit in front so that we can address you the questions? May alam ka eh.
Please identify mo na.
Yes, but I think you're knowledgeable, more knowledgeable, and can respond to us, efficiently with our questions than your colleagues here. Would you like to join us here?
Yes, Your Honor, I am the division chief of the Legal and Adjudication Division of the regional office. I would like to make a clarification to Your Honor to the yes po.
Kasi kanina sinabi ko na nga, they should be with them. Ay, nandiyan ka pala sa likod.
Yes po. Yes po.
Please, do not talk unless you're recognized by the chairman.
Yes po.
Kasi kanina, sabi ko in the next hearing, you brought with you. Eh, nandun ka pala sa likod. Bakit hindi ka nagpa-identify kanina?
Your Honor, it was my understanding po, Your Honor, that they were the designated resource persons, so I did not overstep the boundaries, sir, Your Honor.
No, you're not overstepping. Because I will talk. If they cannot answer, I will ask the chairman or his representative to be present in the next hearing. Eh, nandito ka pala eh. Ayusin nyo nga. Tapos magko-coach ka. Without asking permission from us. Ano eh, in-insult mo ba yung committee na to?
No, Your Honor, yes po, Your Honor.
O yun pala eh.
I was
You know the rules.
I was on
No, you know the rules. Committee hearings. Abogado ka, di ba?
yes po. I know the rules, sir.
Also, you cannot speak unless you recognize at the same time. You should have tell this committee that you are present. And you should not coach your colleagues unless you're recognized. Plus permission from the chair.
Mr. Chair, kasi
Ano pa?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Mukhang is this the first time that you attended?
Your Honor, it was already my fourth time, Your Honor.
In your fourth time, did you take your oath?
Yes, Your Honor.
Take your oath?
For this hearing,
No. This hearing,
not yet, Your Honor.
also you cannot speak.
Yes,
Do you have to speak?
if I will be allowed, yes.
Also, you should have taken your oath. Hindi kasi,
Yes.
ako sa diretso na kita, parang tinatago mo yung identity mo. You're coaching your colleague, but hindi ka pala dapat magsalita.
Only on matters of legal only, Your Honor.
Okay.
They're talking about
Again, this is the fourth time that you attended the hearing, and you cannot coach. And if you want to be the counsel of those colleagues of yours, alam mo po, you can only give advice with regards to the rights. If you are the counsel. But if you represent the agency, you should inform this committee and you should have taken your oath.
I understand, Your Honor. I apologize for that.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you want to speak?
You want to join us?
Yes, I will. join you.
Consec, please administer the oath of Attorney Arenas.
Please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth for this committee? So help you God.
Yes.
Thank you, Consec. Oh, please. Please proceed.
May I ask for the clarification for the question so that I can answer?
No, it was already answered because I noticed kasi every time that we ask questions to COA, pupunta ka sa kanila. So, ang gusto kong tanungin, tama yung sinabi ni Chairman, are you in, your presence here is part of the COA or are you in your capacity as a lawyer? Kasi gusto ko malaman kasi pamukhang kinukoach mo na. But then again, Mr. Chair, he has already and you want to, my question is, do you want to join us? Are you more knowledgeable or can you share to us some inputs and can also respond to our questions accurately? Kasi mukhang ang question kanina ni Chairman Dan is hindi sigurado yung colleague mo. So I think you're better, sa'yo na lang namin itatanong yung mga tanong. Okay lang sa'yo?
If I can answer it, Your Honor,
Okay.
I will be glad to answer
Okay,
the
yun lang,
question.
yun lang.
If, pero, can I make a
Yeah,
statement?
sure, yeah.
My presence here is only to assist our, to assure them of their, to give them the confidence that they need to appear before the hearings. As to my competence to answer queries, I am only limited as to the legal aspect of things. When it comes to the auditorial aspect that you are now that you are asking my colleagues, that would be out of my expertise already. Yes,
Are you done? I understand, attorney.
yes.
Kaya lang, alam mo kasi, parang nakatago kasi the question that was raised to your colleagues a few minutes ago is all about legal. Yung memorandum circulars.
So I
Again, sabi ko na sa'yo, huwag ka muna magsalita kung hindi ka
Your
ma-recognize.
Honor, I apologize, Your Honor.
Now, lahat ng mga tanong kanina ni Chairman Akop and all the other members of this committee is all about legal. Because we're asking your representative about memorandum circulars. Well, pag si Attorney Padilla, tinanong ko pa with regards to constitutional mandate of this committee and of Congress. Di ba? Anyway,
Yes.
do you want to say something about the FT
Yes.
that was mentioned?
Yes, sir. Your
Oh,
Honor.
please.
With regards to the MC that, may I first make a statement, Your Honor? The reason why I was not standing before you is I'm already confident with how they will be able to answer, so I'm just assisting. It just so happens my attorney Cabello is also my staff in the legal also, so she can already answer those questions. But with regard to your query on the memorandum circular that was issued pertaining to suspension. As to the suspension, this was issued by the commission proper in view of its rulemaking power, as it is an independent constitutional commission. It was raised a while ago regarding the rationale behind. May I be allowed to read the rationale? No worries.
Please. Please.
Okay, significant portion here. Whereas on August 20, 2024, the COMELEC promulgated resolution number 11045 prescribing the period for filing of certificates of candidacy and nomination and acceptance by the local and national candidates for the May 12, 2025 national and local elections shall be on October 1 to 8, 2024. Whereas the commission audit receives voluminous complaints and requests for special or fraud audit against candidates in the national and local elections, including nominees of the party list groups. Whereas it is necessary for the Commission on Audit as an independent constitutional body to uphold its political neutrality by implementing measures aimed at preventing opportunities and circumstances that may impair the independence, neutrality, and professionalism of the Commission, its officers and employees. So the COA resolution is only limited in the creation of new special audit or fraud audit teams, but it does not prevent those that were previously conducted. So the special audits that were already or the fraud audits that were conducted prior to this resolution will continue to be in the process. So that is the reason why my colleague was able to raise that. Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Chairman Akop.
what specific provision of law of our election code would prohibit such? Kasi ang basis po ninyo is yung action ng COMELEC. Yung whereas mo is mentioned about COMELEC.
And there's a particular COMELEC resolution 11-025 pertaining to this upcoming election.
25?
Yes, the one that I read. Yes, this is pertaining now to this upcoming election here on here.
Itong
Yes, po. Which is the reason why.
the same as to the MC for 2022 election.
Yes,
Tama.
yes, correct. Usually, not yearly, sorry. Every election time, the commission on audit issues this resolution po, pertaining to elections po. Only during election time.
So, may Chair,
Yes,
Within the audience of Chairman Romel.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
so what's the
Thank you.
reckoning time? When do you start, for example, not accepting or not conducting a special audit? What's the timeline? How many months?
I'll check again the resolution, Your Honor. October till the election time, during this period po, we are precluded from conducting. Otherwise po, to tell you the truth, bumabaha po talaga ng complaints po. During election time, sa fraud po, dumadami yung mga complaints. So this was a necessary measure that was adopted by the commission po so that hindi naman po malagay po sa alanganin po ang aming institusyon.
It starts every October.
Basta po
Every
natin po.
election season.
Yes po, election season po, mag-i-issue siya.
So,
Until matapos po yung
effectivity
elections.
until matapos yung elections.
Yes po.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Councilor. Kaya ako, you have something to add? Please proceed.
COA, you mentioned about the COMELEC resolution. Did it specifically prohibit yung resolution na yan? O kayo lang ang may initiative niyan? Kasi your memorandum circular mentions about a COMELEC resolution. Now, may I know from that COMELEC resolution, did it specifically state that you are not supposed to conduct fraud audits? Or you took it upon yourself because of that resolution?
So sure, I cannot speak on behalf of the whole, pero from my understanding po, it is the decision of the Commission on Audit as an independent constitutional commission to promulgate its own rules and regulations po. And it has made a decision po na talagang kumaga to suspend, yun naman po yung word, to suspend any creation of a fraud audit, special audit during election time.
So the COA split upon itself.
Yes, as an independent constitutional commission.
How would you array that with the constitutional provision, Section 21 of Article 6 of the Constitution, giving the power of the House to the House of Representatives or the Senate to conduct inquiries in aid of legislation in accordance with its rules?
And that's very difficult, Your Honor. I understand po that the Congress has its own sphere of power of authority, and in aid of legislation, you can conduct this inquiry po and then direct us from
Kasi parang nilimit mo yung power given by the Constitution. That's how I understand it.
Nevertheless, Your Honor, you can, Congress is not precluded naman po from directing us to conduct a special audit for our, but it will have to pass through the regular process. It will be evaluated naman po. So, we are not precluding Congress from exercising its power of, to aid it in legislation. We will have as an independent constitutional commission, we will be evaluating po the directive of Congress for us.
That is already within your jurisdiction. We recognize that. Kasi sa dinami-dami ng investigasyon na ginawa namin dito, ay talagang nag-direct kami na mag-conduct ng fraud audit. Why? Because it is necessary sa proceedings namin. And that is guaranteed by the Constitution, even by numerous decisions of the Supreme Court. Yung sa BU case, the power of legislative inquiry so that we may have the proper information and data para makatulong sa amin para sa pagpanday ng mga batas. That is the gist of this BU case. The power of legislative inquiry. Di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, I think you know that case. Landmark na kaso yun. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Chairman ako. Pero in fact, maganda nga rin subject matter, yung ano nyo, MC nyo. When was that started? Every election, 2019, may MC din kayo, di ba? As far as I remember, 2019, 22, and 20, now 25. But previous to 2019 election, mayroon ba kayo? Ang alam ko lang kasi, parang 2019 eh. It started 2019. Hindi ko alam ha, hindi, I'm not sure.
Every election na po, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, maganda subject matter yan, Mr. Chairman. Members of this committee. Kasi, we can, kasi ano din prohibition eh, di ba? Prohibition to accept, no? Complaints for fraud audit, di ba? Recommendation for fraud audit. Maganda subject matter yan. If it is really in consonance with your mandate. But of course, you admitted that this committee is not prohibited because we have also our mandate
Yes,
to follow, as stated with Sir Maraco, specifically Article 6 of Section 21 of the 1987 Constitution. But of course, being mandated to conduct such audits, not only regular audits, but that includes fraud audit. And the question here now is, maganda ano yan, ha? Maganda yung Sir Maraco. Oh, if it is consistent with the provision of laws, especially the Omnibus Election Code. Di ba? But as of now, you already admitted that Congress is not covered by that provision.
If I'm reading it, it does not say that it would run counter to your to Congress's power in aid of legislation. So that's not, Your Honor.
Hindi naman tayo mag-usap dito yung timetable eh. Alam ko na yun, 6 months or 3. Alam na namin yan, yung process yan. Kaya nga we're conducting now this investigation even last year pa. Kasi may mga amendments kami that we want to institute on the charter of COA. Lalo na doon sa fraud audit, how to conduct fraud audit, yung special disbursement officers, special audits, no?
Yes, I think na yata po yun doon sa propose po na revision po natin.
Dito yan ang galing sa committee na to. Anyway, yes, Vice Chair.
Just to help us reconcile, because to be very candid, Attorney Arenas, I do not see any inconsistency between the MC and the constitutional power of the Congress. We have to understand that the MC is a consequence of the rule-making power of COA. In other words, that is a procedural law. The one which the Congress is exercising is a substantive law. And it is elementary in the study of law that substantive law always prevail over procedural law. That is for the manifestation.
Mr. Chair. Madam Chair.
You are recognized.
Madam Chair, let me go back because earlier we just moved, Chairman Akop moved for COA to direct COA to conduct a special audit or fraud audit on this particular subject matter. And since the memorandum and also the I think Attorney Arenas referenced yung sa COMELEC, di ba? I think I suppose that's a resolution by the
And it was a COMELEC resolution.
That's
I
correct.
forgot the number. I didn't share something.
Yes, my fear now, Madam Chair, is that since we have already directed COA, my question is, what are the limitations or exceptions of your memorandum to conduct a fraud audit every 3 years prior to the election, holding of an election, or in relation to holding an election? May mga exemption ba yan? Or complainants lang? They will not be acting on complaints, private complaints, individual complaints to conduct a fraud audit once the election season is up, no?
Mr. Chair,
May iba exemptions?
a cursory reading of that, it did not make any distinction. It did not make any distinction as to who will be filing the complaint.
Okay,
for
so you're, okay, that,
no distinction. There was no
so,
special mention.
okay, so meaning to say the
All.
yes,
Yes.
if those complaints are filed before COA, either in private capacity or any personal complaint or individual complaints. But the reason why I'm asking, Madam Chair, the exception is that this committee, the directive of this committee is not necessarily tantamount to filing a complaint before the COA. Hindi ho ba? That we are acting, exercising our plenary powers here as granted by the Constitution, as just mentioned earlier by Madam Chair, Congresswoman Jinky, to direct COA. So in a way, this is in aid of legislation, though the subject matter may touch on is particular complaint by certain, by Mr. Alabata, but the directive does not really, the Congress does not really filing a complaint, but directing the COA to conduct a special audit. Naintindihan niyo po ako, Attorney. This is two separate case. Although it touches on similar subject matter, but it is just two separate case altogether. The manner by which the COA will proceed with its special audit. Naintindihan niyo po ba ako?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, ganun lang po yung gusto kong i-manifest, Madam Chair. Kasi ang fear ko is baka naman hindi mag-proceed ng special audit simply because of the memorandum that you have just cited earlier. Kaya gusto kong malaman kung what are the limitations. If part of the exemption is the Congress exercising its power to direct you to conduct a special audit, even within the time frame that you have mentioned na merong October na na hindi magko-conduct ng special audit up to the time when election is over. Naintindihan niyo ako? Or am I making myself clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Sige, gusto ko lang po malaman yun. So the COA will conduct a special audit as directed by this committee.
We will elevate it po dun sa authorities, the
Yes,
higher authorities.
yes, because
And
we are not a private complainant, right?
Yes,
We are directing you in aid of legislation.
yes, Your Honor. We
So it does
understand.
not cover now what you have mentioned, the effectivity of your memorandum, that you will not conduct a special audit based on a private complaint, because this is not an individual complaint, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Vice Chair.
I understand that most of the resource persons were not able to make it in today's hearing. However, I want to take advantage of this opportunity to make sure that we are inviting the correct and the preferential resource persons for the purpose of this inquiry in aid of legislation. So I wish to clarify, Mr. Chair, if Ms. Castro is the same team leader who conducted the regular audit in as far as the allegations contained in the complaint are concerned. Kayo na po ba ang team leader during that time?
Yes po, Madam Chair.
So, for the record, Ms. Castro, anong taon po ba ang involved dito sa mga allegations in the complaint?
Based on the copy of the House Reso that we have been provided, the second portion po, yung nakalagay po na from annual audit reports are attributed
If I
from
may interrupt, Ms. Castro, can we just state the year? Ano po bang taon ang mga involved dito sa several allegations in the complaint?
as far as I am concerned po, calendar year 2022 transactions po, yung na-mention.
But I saw another one in 2020.
Madam Chair, I am assigned audit team leader lang po from June 16, 2022 until
That is
September.
precisely my point. If the team leaders during those years, when you were not yet the team leader, are still connected with the COA and still in service, I wish to request the committee that we invite them as well, Mr. Chair. Because